Welcome, everyone. This is Zana Clark, and welcome to this week's edition of Food is the Best Medicine, Soul, Body, and Mind. And this is where each week, each Friday, I come on at the same time and I share with you some food for the soul. Sometimes it's in the form of physical food that we put in our mouth and that restores and heals and regenerates and keeps our body youthful and ageless. Sometimes it's food for the mind in terms of our thinking process and get into those limited beliefs that sometimes keep us stuck from moving into the life that we really would love to live. And all the time, it is food for the soul. So it resonates at the deepest level of us and it brings out that inner joy and well-being. So yes, this is all about food that we can love that loves us back. So I want to share with you today a fun recipe. Today I'm focusing on fun food. So snacks. It's Halloween time. And instead of snacking on all of the Halloween candy that's all around the house, here are some simple things that you can do that are sweet, that are tasty, that are creamy, that are crunchy, that appeal to all of our senses, but they won't put the extra fat on here or here, and they'll keep you slim and ageless all your days long. So today we're focusing on apple nachos as our main recipe. So what do we need for apple nachos? 1, we need apples. 2, we need sunflower butter or another nut butter. And 3, we need granola, just 3 ingredients. And this literally takes 5 minutes to put together. And it's tasty. The whole family will really love this. And the kids will love to make this because it's kind of a fun finger food. So what do we get out of this in terms of nutrition, since we are all about nutrition and nourishment for the body, mind, and soul? We get lots of fiber in this. We get almost, I'd say, between a third and a quarter of the day's fiber, depending on whether you're going for 25 grams of fiber or what I recommend is for 30 grams of fiber. For all of you, most of my clients have some kind of a health challenge that ultimately can affect our heart, the energy of our heart. So if you have weight issues, especially belly fat issues, inflammation, pre-diabetes, diabetes, hypertension, all of those types of conditions, even digestive issues and stress and anxiety, they all ultimately affect the heart. So we want fiber in the diet as one of the nutrients that can really help to reduce that inflammation and reduce the blood sugar, reduce the blood pressure, all of those types of conditions. So we have 8 grams of fiber in 1 serving of this recipe. We also have a lot of protein. So protein is another nutrient that we need to use to balance out how much we take in carbs and how much we take in fat. This actually is a snack, but it has the same amount of protein as if you were eating an egg. So that's a great amount of protein. That's 7-8 grams of protein in 1 little serving of this. So it's great for that. And then it also has a lot of iron and magnesium and zinc in there. And vitamin E, how could I forget? The sunflower butter gives you almost 40% of your daily requirements of vitamin E, which many people know is a nutrient that we need for our heart. It's also great for our skin, for our hair. It's a major antioxidant. So when we're trying to boost our immune system, now that we're starting to go from fall and soon we'll be going into winter and we still are in the pandemic, then yes, we can boost our immune system, and vitamin E is an antioxidant that can help to do that. So we want to have all of that in there. So let me get started and demonstrate it. So I have some apples here, which I have already sliced, and you can use your favorite type of apple. Often I will recommend that people use green apples because green apples are going to be the lowest on the glycemic index, which means they will spike your blood sugar the lowest of all apples. But if you do not have green apples, you can use whatever type of apple that you have. So today I'm going to use a gala apple, okay? And it's very, very simple. So I just lay my apples out. You can just see there, they're laid out. And then I'm going to take sunflower butter. Sunflower butter is a great alternative to peanut butter or even almond butter. So many of my clients, because we're dealing with chronic health challenges, they have food sensitivities. Some have had food sensitivities their whole life. They just didn't know it, and now it's showing up as something else in their body. So many have food sensitivity to nuts, peanuts, which is a legume, and then tree nuts. So almonds and walnuts, they kind of fall under the tree nut category, but they can tolerate seeds. So I'm going to recommend that you use sunflower butter or almond butter in this. Even if you don't have a sensitivity to peanuts or tree nuts, having a little sunflower seed butter, because it's so high in all of those minerals and the vitamin E that I just mentioned, is going to give you a big boost. Then we take a little bit, and the amount is kind of up to you. In the recipe that you'll get, it will give you a certain amount of it, but you want to have enough that you can drizzle over your apples. Okay. And if you keep your nut butter in the refrigerator, you may have to heat it up a little bit. You know, take a little glass of water and put hot water in it, and then put your container in the hot water to just kind of heat it up a little bit so that it will drizzle. You can spread it like I'm spreading it, but sometimes you do need to drizzle it. And then the third ingredient is granola. So it's great if you make granola. You can make your own homemade granola for this one, or you can just buy some at Whole Foods like I did today. And you can buy your favorite flavor of granola, and you just drizzle it over your apples. And there you have it. It's called apple nachos. I'm going to come a little closer so that you can actually see close up the apple nachos. Doesn't that look delicious? And so I'm not going to leave you hanging with just that one little treat. I'm actually going to give you a couple of others. For this one, you can take a date. This one is also very high in fiber because dates are very high in fiber. And we're going to take the same nut butter, although you can use a different nut butter. So all these nut butters are interchangeable. And you can see I just put a little bit inside the date. And then for this one, I'm going to use a little bit of coconut. So this is unsweetened shredded coconut. And dip it in. And there you can see we have a delicious date butter coconut date. So I love this recipe. This is so creamy and so sweet and so tasty. It's almost like making a Snickers bar. Yum, yum, yum. Delicious. And I'm going to give you one more because we're doing good on time today. This one is a banana. This is called a sushi, banana sushi. So I'm going to slice the banana. Again, you can see how quick it is to make these. You can, as I said, get kids involved. It's Halloween time. Get them to make this and enjoy a little bit of this instead of all that candy. Once again, I'm using my sun butter. So this is giving you 3 options for using this sun butter, sunflower seed butter. And you can see my little pup is talking in the background at the squirrel outside, her favorite pastime. And instead of granola or coconut on this one, I'm going to top it with some hemp hearts. So I'm getting protein again in this one through the hemp hearts, through the sunflower butter. I'm getting a good amount of fiber through this. And I'll put a little coconut on top of this one as well. I think that will be absolutely delicious. And once again, I'm going to move towards the camera so that I can show you how delicious this looks. So we have banana sushi. We have the apple nachos. And we have this delicious date stuffed, sunflower stuffed date. Absolutely delicious. So you have to swallow. So, I hope you have enjoyed this episode of Food is the Best Medicine, Soul, Body, and Mind, where today I shared with you these 3 simple, nutritious, and delicious snacks that are sweet, that are creamy, that are crunchy, that are a great replacement for all the Halloween candy that you might be tempted to have this weekend. I will see you next week for another edition of Food is the Best Medicine, Soul, Body, and Mind. Have a wonderful, wonderful week.